Time to wake up out here.
Hi, Daddy.
Hey birds, it's time to wake up out here. Time to wake up, I'm already up. I beat you to it. That'll teach them. I am at the Roush Gap shelter and I'm getting ready to leave. I'm finishing up my coffee back here behind me and packing up and getting out of here. And this is probably the most remote spot I've been in since I started the trail 2 weeks ago. There's no cell service at this location, and my gut hook app even went out. I'm not sure if that was a problem with the app or if it's just a GPS problem, but I feel really remote this morning. It's a strange feeling when you, even if you wanted to, you couldn't get in touch with your loved ones. You couldn't call them. You couldn't send them a message or anything like that. So I don't like feeling like that. I like being able to be in touch with my two daughters. I love them so much and I really miss them. And it's hard being out here not talking to them every day, but even more so when you know you can't even talk to them. You don't even have a choice. So this shelter, pretty cool. I enjoyed my solo stay here. But I'm ready to leave and try and beat the rain. So let's get on the trail and see what lies ahead. Okay, just left the Roush Gap shelter, and back there I mentioned the gut hook app on my phone. Just want to elaborate on that for family and friends, or maybe you're a future thru hiker. But get the gut hook app, download it on your phone. It'll provide you with navigational information on the Appalachian Trail, where you are. It'll let you know where the next water source is, so you can plan ahead. You don't want to carry too much water. You don't want to carry too little water. So it'll give you that information. It'll also allow other hikers to leave comments about, let's say, that water source, whether it's running dry or flowing well. It'll also give you mileage to the next shelter area or the next tent site area where you can sleep for the night, mileage to the next town. So it's all very helpful. They just added a feature called social feed, where you as a hiker can check in and leave a message for your loved ones, and that will be put out there so they can read that and see that you're okay. So it's based on GPS, not cell phone network. So GPS, Global Positioning Satellite, I think that's what it stands for. So you don't need to be on cell service, which hikers out here on the trail quite often don't have cell service. So it's a good thing. Another thing to kind of also help out in that regard is it's called AWOL's Guide to the Appalachian Trail. You can get it in PDF form, download it on your phone, or book form. Some people still choose to carry the book. That's going to add weight to your pack, but they like to write notes in it. But I have the PDF version, and that PDF version, it's not a GPS app or anything. It's just a wealth of information about towns and maps of towns and lodging and phone numbers of shuttle services, of the motels, of restaurants, little recommendations about what everything costs. So between those two, the Guthook app and AWOL's Appalachian Guide, it really helps you feel comfortable about what your situation is and what it's going to be down the trail. So I'd recommend them. You know, after 2 weeks out here, I love both of them. So look into those, and it's time to get down the trail. All right, so this is probably the earliest I've been out on the trail. I think I left the shelter at 6:30. And one of the downsides to that I'm discovering is if you're kind of like the first one out on the trail, you get to be the one to clear all the cobwebs off the trail so that go across the trail. So there's a campsite coming up. So they're like, cobwebs are like tripwires for your face. And you can't see them until they hit you right in the face. So there's that. I'll take it though. It's nice and quiet. That is the cat on the trail out in the middle of nowhere. And there he goes. Okay, I'm at a stream, a highway, and a log crossing. So I'm going to hit that. Also, I am going to Nero into Pine Grove and Zero tomorrow. So I've probably got another mile to go, and I'm going to get picked up and rest my feet and just recharge and recover. So I don't know, it's a little bit funky here. We'll see how I manage. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, I am at Swatara State Park. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I just took a 0 day in Pine Grove, Pennsylvania. So I'm feeling refreshed, my feet are rejuvenated, and I'm ready to get going and hopefully knock out Pennsylvania by the end of this week. So we'll see. I am fully loaded with food and water. And actually, I got enough food for 5 or 6 days. So maybe overkill because there are some towns along the way. Pine Grove, where I stayed, was about 4 or 5 miles from this trailhead. I got a shuttle out to a motel and a shuttle back here this morning. And the location, it was sufficient enough. It had a Dollar General for food resupply, motel, had a gas station, service center, an Arby's, and a McDonald's. And actually, speaking of McDonald's, I had my first McDonald's hamburger in years. I can't even remember the last time I ate McDonald's, but I did this weekend. So I'm still feeling the effects of that. So we're going to get on down the trail and get this hike going again. All right, it is the end of the hiking day today, and I am at the 501 shelter tent sites. The 501 shelter is just down the trail here, which I'm going to walk that way and maybe give you a peek inside. But it is the first shelter I've encountered that has 4 walls. It's even got windows and a skylight and a recycling program. So I'm taking this to get it recycled. I think it gets its name from the nearby highway, probably Route 501, who knows? But the highway isn't that noisy. It's not like I'm next to an interstate. I can still hear cars, but the traffic's not too bad, so it should be a good night. I'm hoping. Looks like I'm the only one out here, but it was a rough day today. It was about 12.8 miles. Very rocky. My feet were killing me by the end. I really felt like an old man by the time the day ended. And tomorrow is going to be a 15-mile day because the next shelter up and campsites are 15 miles. So, and it's going to be on that rocky terrain. So not looking forward to it, but I'm going to try and get a good night's rest. And I couldn't film that much today because of the terrain. I had to put my camera away because probably sooner or later, before this trip is over, this thing's gonna fall out of my hands and crack all over the place. So I'm gonna walk up here and give you a look at the shelter. All right, so this is the 501 shelter. It's for hikers only. It's not much to look at from the outside. I'm not sure if anybody's in here. There's no electricity. Yeah, we are empty. Looks a little spooky right now, but there's, here we have, let me throw this away, hold on. Okay, so 4 sleep there, 2 more, that's 6, 2 more, that's 8. See how spooky it is over there? 2 more, that's 10, and 2 more, that's 12. And there's seating for plenty, huge picnic table, and the skylight. And then I know hikers, they know what these are, but you can hang your pack from here, and the cut-off bottle top up there keeps the mice from getting down into your pack or even your food bag, whatever. So there's a bunch of those hanging around. And there's some, under that blue tarp, some games, magazines. So all in all, for a shelter, this will keep you protected from the elements, that's for sure. But I chose the tent. You never know who's gonna walk in. But also, there's a parking lot. So there's a parking lot at the trailhead near the 501 highway. And the cool thing is, just heard something. Cool thing is you can have pizza delivered here to the shelter area, which I did. And had some pizza and carrying out pizza for probably some lunch tomorrow. So anyway, I'm going to lay down, and I'll see you guys in the morning.